Hi there, this is Amy. I just wanted to stop by and share a little something that's come to my mind. And it's been really helpful to me in the past and really throughout my life. I just didn't realize it's not something everyone else does. And so sometimes when you're experiencing your reality, it can be helpful to share with other people because you just assume, or I just assume, that everybody knows how to do this. So, in an effort to shine a light on something that's been really helpful for me, I'm going to share it here. Um, but it's, and the whole goes hand in hand with the whole know thyself thing is like know how you feel about something. And with my Enneagram number and being an air sign and being a little bit outside of my body a lot, it's very natural for me to avoid my feelings. And also I don't often know how I feel about something. It's that I can feel how everybody else feels about it. And so it's been really helpful for me in my evolution of kind of waking up to everything that's happening and embodying more of my soul. It's just been important to know how I feel. And so you have to get into your body to know how you feel. And so that means getting out of my head. That means using all of the experiences around me to start really checking in. And that's, again, been tricky for me. I mean, I just turned 50 and I'm just now getting the hang of that one. And it's really these really big events that we're experiencing right now that are like the masterful ones, I think. We have the everyday ones to kind of help practice. And then you have these big ones that are like, oh, how much do you remember of your training? And the coronavirus being one, the political climate being one. It's really, an opportunity to know how you feel and to know what you fear, by the way. So a lot of times any of these kinds of things will show you what you're afraid of. And so they have many gifts. And if you'll just take the opportunity through whatever's happening right now to utilize as much of it as you can as a gift, it feels a lot more like an empowerment and less like you're a victim. And it's just really easy to slip into victim mode, which isn't wrong necessarily, but it's like, do you like how that feels? And do you want to do it different? I think you can learn from every situation you're in. You just have to stop and observe and really explore wherever you are. And sometimes it's not a great place, but it still deserves the attention and that's arising presently in your reality. So, if there's a shortage of, are you worried about a shortage of food? Then it might inspire you to start learning how to grow food. If you are worried about your health, it might inspire you to make peace with loved ones or take care of yourself or get to the gym next week. I mean, it really might reinvigorate, a sense of life and that what you're living. Does it hit you in a financial spot? Where does a situation like this hit you? So you have to kind of get into your body and feel that. A lot of times we want to take action but that, can only last so long. We can situate the world outside of us for only so long, and then eventually it will get to you because it's supposed to. I mean, it's kind of a gift. All of these experiences are a gift to show you how you're reflecting back to the world. Like, what is your vibration frequency, your personal energy signature? So, for instance, I had no trouble buying toilet paper. So I was like, I don't understand the toilet paper thing. I went right to the store. I picked up 2 packages. What's with the toilet paper thing? But if you are one of the ones who are kind of finding yourself in a shortage of toilet paper, it might be that you're afraid of losing the necessities of life, or maybe that's where you need to focus on, like what are the necessities of life and what is important. If we're afraid of losing loved ones, maybe we need to take a deep dive into connecting with those who we really care about. Facing death is not ever a bad thing. I think it really is a lot of healing in that. And as scary as this is, sometimes death is the cure. I know that as a soul, sometimes we're looking for an exit and there's not a clear one. And so we might just jump on the bandwagon and be like, man, I'm ready to go now. How do I make that happen from a soul level? And sometimes it's, again, through death. And, as many times as we try to avoid death, it gets tricky, right? Through vaccinations. If you are inspired to get a vaccination, then get it. But if you're not inspired, then don't. I am so not a fan of the broad stroke of the sword, that I feel like if you're intuitively guided to do something, then do it. If it's coming from your heart space, if it's coming from your head space, or if you've read that you should, or somebody told you you should, then, maybe you want to check in with that. But we get many chances to do this stuff. So I vaccinated my kids. If I could go back and do it now, I might do it different. But it would be more of a how do I feel about it thing. It wouldn't be what do I know, or who told me, or you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be out of fear, because each soul that we are each an individual soul having a human experience, and we came to experience something different. So sometimes holding space for the ones we love and holding space for ourselves is so important in discovering what did we come here for as an individual soul, and what did we come here for as a collective, because it's both the micro and the macro of that. So in order to each play our part in the symphony and the orchestra, like that we're creating the symphony, we have to master our own instrument, and that is us. So we have to know ourselves. We have to know how we feel, and like all of this stuff inspires change. The political climate inspires change to see more of what you want. We don't have to focus on what we're not getting or what we're scared of. We can take note of it and then actively move towards how we want the future to look, right? So all of these big moments are super powerful if we'll use them to reconnect with our heart, to reconnect with noticing the fear, taking note of whether it's an actual real fear, or if it's something we can truly, witness, hold space for, and then take divine action, heart action, and moving away from that. So, I've had to face a lot of stuff in my experience so far. I've experienced a bankruptcy. I had moments with being a single mom and having 2 kids, and even though I know I have supportive people around me, there were days when I'm like, wow, I did a haircut today, I can buy groceries. And, finding that space of like, I am protected, I am connected to God, and I trust that God, and for me is Gus, God, universe, source, and spirit, and God, we're cool with that. I had to learn to trust from that place that I will always be provided for, even if I'm in the 3D world and I still have to buy stuff. Even to the very last moment, I had what I needed. I had to get very back to the essentials, and that was great. I was happy to do so. If you're afraid you're not going to be able to get groceries, you can get back to, wow, maybe I need to learn how to grow my own food. If you're worried about the strength, do you have the immune system to fight something that's like coronavirus might bring, then start getting better at taking care of yourself, like physically. If you need to get out and start moving around and moving the energy through your body to feel like your chakras are more clear so that you can process infection better. But there's just so many gifts in every experience we have, and I am a master at pulling out the juice of everything. I actually had a massage therapist tell me one time that I keep things on formaldehyde. And it's like, I get that, and it's such a gift because I want to suck every ounce of the juice of an experience that I can get, right? What's the up? What's the down? What's the sideways? What does it look like if I turn it like this? And what does it look like if I turn it like that? And how can I find the love in this scenario? Because there's always love there. We are always in a space of love. It's just how blocked are we from seeing it? So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I've helped somebody. My 25-year-old self, if you get to see this somehow from the past, then bonus. We've time traveled.